back to my channel if you have been here, and if you're brand new, I'm so happy that you're here. Let me know in the comments. I would love to get to know you. Today, I am sharing how I'm working through the compassion cure. This is going to focus on week 1, but I also kind of just share my setup. So as I kind of fumble through the devotional here in the beginning, I thought I would share this video just because I'm really trying to prepare myself for the months and put myself on a schedule, because I want my focus, my heart to be in the Word this year. And part of what makes that happen for me is being able to create, and that's how I really found my faith, was just starting to create in a Bible and not really knowing what I was doing. But through that, God reached me and opened my heart up to His Word, and my life has just been changed forever. So what I'm sharing here is that I put these tabs on for the 4 weeks that we'll be studying the 4 topics. These tabs can be found in the Illustrated Faith store, or you can find them through Avery. And I just added in some of the colorful paper from the Better Together team, some from Shawna, Clingerman, from Tamara, and from Brianna. I just love the color scheme this month. It's fabulous with the rainbows, and it just matches fantastically with the compassion cure. Here is the introduction page, and what I do when I'm studying a devotional is I highlight. A lot of us do that. I always use yellow to be the main color for God's word or verses or something that God's telling us to do, or in this case with Eliza referring to God, that's all in yellow. Purple would be something else that I'm focusing on, and then I'm a pencil user. So all I did here was just that beginnings little flag is from Shawna Clingerman's set, Ready for Rainbows, and then I added in a little purple happy face from the ephemera. And I also just stamped underneath Eliza's name, her name. I was going to use the Eliza Alpha, but it was a little too big, so I pulled out the Big Story Alpha from a couple summers ago, I believe. So this is just a way for me to break down what I'm going to be learning, how I'm going to be learning it, and just to kind of prepare me as I go through the week. I tend to read and reread and go back, and when I go back, I'll take another highlighter color, or I'll put a box around something else. So, mark up your devotionals. They are yours. That's what they're there for. I know some people don't like to write in them and use a separate notebook. However you want to do it, let's mark things up. This is my study thing. But I totally respect if you want to do something in a notebook as well. I just here am sharing what I am doing. So as I turn the page here, this is just the very beginning of the entire devotional that focuses on the compassion cure, and we're focused in on Ephesians 4:32 with the little sun. And I'm thinking about coming in and writing where the sun rays are at. I'll see here towards the end. And then I didn't do too much to this page. I just added one of Tamara's flowers at the top. I cut it in half. And then at the bottom, I brought in the camera, which is a piece of ephemera from the kit, and then one of Shawna's cute little numbers from her recent release. Now, as we flip the page, we're jumping into the devotional for week 1 that is focused on compassion. And as you can see here, I definitely went in and marked this up. There's a very important part at the very beginning of this that says people are suffering with so many hidden forces in their lives that don't surface to the eye of any of us. And man, I can attest to that. It reminds me so much of the quote that says, "Be kinder than necessary, for you never know what someone is battling behind closed doors." And it's so true. Like, people deal with chronic pain. People deal with sadness, grief, illness, financial issues. There's all different types of things. So we just need to truly have more compassion. It is not hard to do. And be kind to people. It's something that is so easy, but sometimes is so hard for us as human beings to do that. So that's a big, big part of this devotional. I promise you if you pick it up, it's going to be something that you will learn something from. So all I'm doing here is just showing that I decided to add in a piece of vellum paper to this devotional. I wanted to have one more page, or I should say 2 more pages, where I could come in and take notes and get a little creative, because I want to keep my study inside here. And all I did was I took the outside of the devotional, I took off the staples, and then I went back in and sewed the paper in. And when I do that with this thick devotional, I just sew a couple pages at a time, and then I'll come back in and sew a little bit more, and so forth. So if you don't have a sewing machine, you can take tape to that. I've used clear tape before. I have used packing tape. It all works very well. This is the last subject, or maybe the second to last subject, love. And I only just covered that with paper right now. I'll come in and I'll decorate that as I get to that page. But here I'll just share what I did for week 1. I have the vellum, and then I brought in some of Tamara Arcelia's gorgeous pattern paper this month. I love it so much. And I took the one from Shawna Clingerman set, and then I kind of mixed and matched the ephemera from the set, and then also the Maggie Holmes ephemera that Illustrated Faith was selling. And I wanted to write out the verses. Again, that's how I learn, is I have to read, write, and do it over and over again. So I made this little pocket with 2 of the ticket type ephemera pieces from the kit, and then these 2 pieces, I believe the little United States Postal Service was from Maggie Holmes, and then the other one is actually from the actual kit from Illustrated Faith, but you can use anything. And then the little floral was Maggie Holmes, and I put hopes in there from Shawna Clingerman's set, because my hope is that not only will I be more compassionate, that everyone around me will be more compassionate. And over here I have a little tiny paper clip, and I just wanted to share that real quick, because that's where I put my prayer. So every time I start a devotional, I put a prayer in there, and I added this paper in just very easily when I put the vellum in. Again, I just sewed it in. So I have an extra little flap there. I have my prayer. I used the Eliza Alpha to write out pray. And then, excuse me, I decided to take Shawna's Color Crush, which she does this, I believe, for every single month. And I'm keeping track of my Bible journaling pages there. So that's what you see there. Then the florals are Tamara's. I cut them down. The one-way sign is from the ephemera, and the little ampersand is also from Shawna's set. The polka dotted paper is Brianna Shawalter. So that just shows you how awesome the Better Together team is for Illustrated Faith, and how these colors just went so well together, and also with the Compassion Cure. I love it so much. I create for Shawna, and I also picked up Brianna and Tamara sets because I had to have them. And then I put a little washi tape down there. I believe I mentioned this in my unboxing, but that is from Shawna Noel's art journal that she took a picture of, and they turned it into washi, which I think is super clever and perfect for this kit. And now as we flip the page over, this is the last part of week 1, and it ends with a prayer, which was fantastic, as well as homework, which is our journaling, and then the bottom is some songs. So I wanted to get my journaling inside the devotional, so over there on the left, I made a little pocket, and you can't really see it from this view, but you will in a second. So I took more of the paper from, I believe that's Brianna with the polka dots. That could be Tamara. See, I don't even know, but it's one of them. It's in the Illustrated Faith shop. It will be linked below. So I took that piece of paper and I put it inside of a cellophane bag, like one that I got from a kit or something that I bought in a store, and I always save them because they're great to use. I know you can pick them up individually, but I needed a piece of paper in there so that my prayer would show up on the back side, and I just wanted a little bit more color. This ephemera on the top there, the little sunflowers and the ticket are again from the Illustrated Faith physical kit. You can get this ephemera digitally. And then I made this, I kept it so it would still close. So it has that clear tape runner or a little sticky on there. And now I can pull out the homework, which is the journaling for week 1. And I really actually love this. I like how it turned out. So there's 3 little pieces of homework, and this first one with the light pink is from Shawna Clingerman's set. Then I pulled another little, like their little author cards. That was from a Brave Little Tailor set. And this blue one is from a Word Nerd set from a long time ago. But I just wanted to add in more color and have different things. And then I'll write on the back whose sets they're from, so I know when I'm going back into this later on, I can find them. So this might be one of my favorite things to do. I add a lot of pockets into my Bible journaling, and I add a lot of hidden prayers, and I don't usually share that, but I'm going to try to do that more, especially with my YouTube channel. So now I'm just taking this piece of ephemera that is standalone, and it kind of tucks into the top of that ticket. And then the promises, again, that's from a Shawna Clingerman set. And then I took some happy faces from the actual kit along with some of the stickers and just kind of finished up that page. So this is my setup for the Compassion Cure, and this is what I'm planning on doing for the next 3 weeks as well, is just coming in and doing some light creative stuff and really focusing in on what the devotional is teaching me, as well as my prayers and the Bible verses, etc. So I also want to just share my first week Bible journaling project. I decided to use this new Bible, which is an NKJV, New King James Version Air-Leaved Bible, and I love it so much. I did a process video for this page. This is my very first page in an Air-Leaved Bible, and I focused on Ecclesiastes 3:11, but I went for Ecclesiastes 3:1 through, I believe, 15. And it focuses in on a time for everything. And I thought that was a great companion to the first week being focused on compassion. Like, there's a time for everything, and right now there is a time for more compassion. And there's also a time for the next 3 subjects that Eliza's going to walk us through here this month. So again, I just thought it was a great way to kick this off. And also that little card in the middle says, "Dear God, I am ready. Love me." Again, if you want to hear more about all of this, I have a process video. I will link it below. Crazy enough, I'm still trying to navigate YouTube. I literally just started on October 28th, so I'm trying to plan out my year and plan out what I want to do. So I'm excited to share more videos. And again, friends, next week we're jumping into Courage with the Compassion Cure. If you have not picked this up, the physical kit is still available right now at the beginning of January, and you can always pick up the digital devotional and ephemera. And this is a great devotional for any time of year. So thank you all for being here. I feel blessed for every single one of you. Every time I get a new subscriber, every time there's a comment, it just warms my heart. And I love to get to know you all. And if you have channels, let me know, because I will follow you back and support you as well. So hope you have a blessed week, and God bless you.